champ select. Let me change this stuff. Alright, we're in a champion select now. Yasuo band comes out. Is somebody on All Stars a Yasuo one trick?
I'm imagining that Subaru must be, because they did ban it last game as well. So either Subaru Natsuki plays Yasuo or CRG eSports is trolling.
There's the Echo ban. Definitely didn't like that last game.
The Lulu and the Vladimir taken out as well. I think that Lulu is an excellent ban. Once again, Vladimir, very curious to me. I think that it must be a target ban. And Tristana as well. You ban what beat you, and they lost to Echo and Tristana last game. So a smart ban, smart adaptation from Courage Esports.
Yep. Tristana is definitely one of the better bans, especially in the meta right now. She's so strong. Although they could have looked to first pick Tristana here. So looks like we're going to be seeing the Ornn this game out of Death's Design.
Now Ornn is a very interesting champion. Most people probably hate to see an Ornn in solo queue. I know I do. But Death's Design plays it very well. It does look like he's going to go with that Ignite top again. He hasn't changed it yet, at least. And I think that Ornn is perhaps one of the worst champions to go Ignite top on because his strength in team fights is actually kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, and Ignite doesn't really do anything for Ornn in the top lane. But he really likes that lane pressure, so we'll give that to him. Now Ornn is a great secondary engage player, so there we go. Sejuani coming out, giving.
Before we discuss the Sejuani, Team All Star is actually picking up the Lovers lane. Xayah Rakan, probably. I want to actually just go ahead and say they are the best bottom lane duo in the current meta.
Definitely, yeah. Rakan brings all of that great engage, and also being able to be an Ardent Sensor user, whereas most engage supports, they have to choose between engage or using Ardent Sensor, without gibbing themselves and going Stoneborn Pact or something like
that. Jarvan picked up here. That is a strong flex pick. Can be sending it either to the top or the jungle. Caitlyn on the other side of the map, though. I think that they are perhaps trying to pick more towards a late game composition with the scaling of the Ornn and the Sejuani, both getting incredibly tanky in the late game. Janna band, pretty standard, just wanting to take out the easy Ardent supports, give them a little bit more of a favorable lane in the bottom side.
Yeah, and with with Caitlyn's attack speed, her attack speed scaling being buffed, Ardent Sensor really it affects Caitlyn a lot more now than it used to. So I don't know if people don't know this, that your attack speed scaling is based off of your base attack speed scaling. So the higher that is, the higher your attack speed will scale. So Ardent applies a flat attack speed buff, and now that Caitlyn's attack speed has been buffed, she can scale into that late game hyper carry.
And Soraka, wow, just really hating the Ardent right now. I wonder if Courage Esports will ban either the Fiora or the Lissandra here. I know that, Lissandra. That is one of Subaru Natsuki's pocket picks, if you will. It's his most played mid lane in solo queue. So, just taking that away from him, denying the comfort pick.
Yeah, really, really pinching the mid lane pool there. 4 bans for the mid lane out of Courage Esports.
And Orianna being taken away as well. So, going even farther down that list, we might see potentially a Syndra in the mid lane, or even something like an Ari or a Cassiopeia.
Yeah, I was gonna say Syndra is probably the last strong mid laner. Cassiopeia is really good as well. Cassiopeia probably pretty decent into their team.
Lucian in the mid lane.
Looks like we're going for a full AD comp.
Versus the 3 tanks, like the 2 actually super tanks of Ornn and Sejuani, as well as the support tank of Taric. This could come back to bite them. Of course, I think that Team All-Stars can play with a lot of confidence. They are currently up 1-0 in the series. A win here will end it, and if they lose, then they still have that game 3 to come back and close it out.
Yeah, should be interesting to see. So now on the side of All-Stars, we're looking at a comp that needs to be ending early because they've got 3 armor users on the side of Courage eSports. So definitely they're going to have to be ending this game pretty early before these tanks get really unkillable.
And if you noticed, Death Design took teleport.
There he goes. Yeah, that's really great.
He's,
so
yeah,
gonna be looking to team fight a little bit more.
Yeah, it is actually a. Oh, I was about to say it's a double TP composition, but Orianna switched over to the barrier at the last second.
Yep.
I expect that Lucian.
I can't see if he has teleport or
running
ignite.
An aggressive summoner spell. Excuse me?
I said I can't tell if it's ignite due to the spectator bug. It looks like it might be teleport, maybe ignite. I can't tell.
On
Lucian.
On Lucian. Oh, I expect that it's ignite on Lucian. But the teleport would be an interesting decision. I think that playing around the early game aggression of the Lucian and the Jarvan is going to be really key for Team All-Stars here, because both of those champions have fantastic early games. Yeah, especially in comparison to their opposites of the Sejuani and Orianna, which are more team fight focused.
Yeah. Sejuani does have some really great early ganks, especially with having a melee user in all the lanes except for mid. Taric can help her proc the passive and get that stun off faster, and also Ornn being able to do so as well, and also extending her CE, her CC with the brittle.
Right. Now, we saw Logic playing Rakan last game, and he had some shining moments on it, I think. I'm interested to see if they pressure the bottom side of the map more this game, because last game, both teams sort of just let the bottom of the map fight it out until the late game, and then Tristana was the better team fighting AD carry than the Lucian was. I think there's a lot of pressure on Cage to make something happen, which is difficult because he is in fact a substitute jungle. He's not the starting jungle for this lineup.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that.
I did not realize that as well, but I got a message from Death Design mentioning it.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they adapt here. They definitely have the more favorable comp here with a balanced, damage spectrum, and also, having 3 tanks into an all AD team is good news.
Right, but I think if you look down the line, like one member versus the other, All Stars has drafted 5 more aggressive champions than Courage eSports. So their ability to get a lead in the early game is going to be a lot greater this game than it was last game. And even with the outscaling composition that they took last game, they still won early. It was a 25-minute game with a Cho'Gath and a Tristana, champions that are very comfortable going in to 30, 35, and even 40-minute long games because they just get more and more powerful.
Yeah, true. So it'll be interesting to see how Courage eSports decides to stop this early bleeding and aggression. It looks like it was a ignite for the Lucian in the mid lane. We don't have any interesting summoner spells, although Tarek did go Wind Speakers, which I think is okay for Tarek, but I think Courage or Bond of Stone is a little bit better for him.
I am a fan of the Wind Speakers Tarek. I think that that's probably the best option for him in solo queue. I think that in team play, though, you do need more stats onto your supports, that if you're too squishy as a melee support, you just die.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
the Bond of Stone is an excellent option. Of course, lets your team heal up a bit whenever you manage to land that Tarek stun. I don't like Courage of the Colossus because I feel like if you're hitting your stun, you're already close enough. I don't know if that shield really provides you the tankiness you need. I think that you... actually, I'm having trouble justifying why, but I just don't like Courage of the Colossus on Tarek.
I prefer Bond of Stone most of the time when I play Tarek, because he's gonna build heal and shield items anyway. So healing and shielding items do improve the healing from Bond of Stone, so it's some great synergy between those two items.
With the level 1 start here, it actually looks like Sejuani forgot to buy items.
Oh, most unfortunate. She was given a trinket though, so she's got some vision.
The flash from Orianna actually gets knocked up by Rakan still. Rakan did flash for that knockup, so maybe a little bit over aggressive from Logic there. Should have been content with just getting the mid's flash for free.
Yeah, I think that he thought that they were going to keep going deeper, but instead just went for the wanted to burn the summoner. Now that is going to be a huge summoner for the mid lane with how aggressive that Subaru plays. That's going to put Orianna at a very big disadvantage. And with Rakan's increased range on his E, flash isn't really necessary as long as Xayah is alive.
Yeah.
Oh, I've still got music playing. Shit.
Oh, Sejuani is actually going back now. He won't be getting any leash for his camp, but if he had gone ahead and taken the blue buff without an item, he wouldn't have hit level 2 off of it.
Yeah, they did change it from last season, where if you don't have a jungle item, you're not getting experience. So,
both supports going for the coin this game, but I Jhined my pants, actually picking up that relic shield, looking to rush out an Ardent onto Tarek almost certainly, but it's kind of admitting that you're gonna lose your lane because you lose the ability to trade with the additional AD from a longsword or a Doran's blade.
yeah, I don't think that Relic Shield Caitlyn is the best idea, especially because she outranges almost every AD carry at level 1, so she's going to want to go something more aggressive and get that early game advantage.
Gnar trading onto this Ornn very aggressively in the early game, dropping Death's Design below half HP, but he'll just drink up one of his health potions. Or actually, excuse me, no, they changed the Doran's shield costs. He doesn't get 2 potions anymore.
Right, yeah, it's just 1 now.
Yeah. Yeah, trade's going in Gnar's favor here, and he's shoving the lane in pretty hard. But Jarvan is waiting around the top side of the map for either a potential counter gank, or actually he might just be pathing that way naturally.
Looks like still just some early trading. Ornn is up a pot up in the top lane. Already seeing a huge CS differential in the mid lane. Almost
up
15.
16 at the moment.
Yeah. That flash is really coming in handy.
And the strength of Lucian's early game is really shown. Jarvan flag and drag onto the Tarek, misses the knockup though. Still trading in a ton of damage. There's the flash out from Noah Pinkman.
No support flashes now. Would like to see some more the rotate around. They still have the wave pushing in the bot lane, so Noah and Jhin are going to be in a pretty difficult spot here, especially if this Jarvan loops back around.
Right. They actually, even with the vision in the river there, they still had to expend Tarek's flash.
Yep, and that ward is almost out there in the river, so it looks like Jarvan is looping back around.
Yeah, the ward just expired, but it looks like he's actually just going to invade onto Sejuani's Raptors.
She is super low. Are we going to see?
Yeah, oh, there's the flash from Sejuani. Very risky taking a camp near that mid lane with such little HP.
Yeah, and with Lucian having so much mid priority, Orianna can't leave her tower at all. So, pretty risky to be that low anywhere near somebody else. Although, great roam in from Lucian and Jarvan there for the support.
Death's Design actually picked up a mana crystal for his first back. Oh, trading very aggressively onto the Gnar though, dropping Zol down to about half HP.
Yeah, well remember that Ornn doesn't have to back, so probably just picked it up right there in front of him. Whereas like the longer that the laning goes on, the longer Gnar stays in lane, the more he will fall behind. Because
right, Jarvan is actually invading onto the blue side jungle here. Looks like he's just gonna pick up a Gromp.
Yeah, I think J4 needs to definitely go up top, push Death's Design out of the lane, so that way Gnar can reset and match him in items.
That CS lead in the mid lane has continued to grow. It's already up almost 30 CS.
And looks like J4's here.
Very safe flash from Death's Design there. That flag and drag was about a mile wide.
Yeah, and maybe respecting, hoping that he wouldn't flash to extend the flag and drag. But now got a flash down in the top lane. I would expect to see Muse come back around and hopefully take advantage of the only flash down on the map now.
Oh, the Gnar ultimate that might be picking up a kill onto Death's Design here. Not looking for the tower dive though. Both top laners will likely back at this point.
Yeah, Gnar's gonna look to shove the wave in.
Tarek's stun lands onto Rakan, but tons of damage coming out from the Xayah. There's the heal from Jhin to my pants. Looks like the Rakan used exhaust in that skirmish as well. The Ornn ultimate being used in the top lane, we don't even get to see that. Must not have been close to anything.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it hit Soul, and so Soul's pretty healthy whenever he's going back. It looks like they're just going to freeze the wave there in the top lane and just let it sit there while they walk back to lane. I don't expect either of them to teleport. Still trying to abuse out this Sejuani, denying her the XP of the Raptor camps.
Going in aggressively towards the Orianna there, just getting a couple of autos, showing just how strong Lucian is at this point in the game.
Yeah, already has a Cutlass. Let's see, how much gold? Almost up 600, 700 gold there, so quite a big difference there, although Lucian did buy boots.
Taric has yet to back. How long do you think it'll be before we see them picking up that Ardent Sensor?
Well, Taric is sitting on about 1,500 gold right now. They do have the Relic Shield still. Oh, we've got a mid lane skirmish going on here.
There's the Sombrero coming out from Orianna, but Lucian ultimate will go ahead. First blood for Subaru Natsuki at almost 9 minutes into this game. definitely playing at a slower pace than the last one, just relying on those winning lanes to accrue a slight gold lead.
Yeah. And so Tarek did opt into the Sightstone early first instead of rushing Ardent Sensor. So definitely going to be a delayed Ardent Sensor here. And
well, Jarvan flag and drags onto the Ornn. Lots of damage coming out. There's the Ornn ultimate, though, to dissuade him. Will he hit it onto the Gnar? Yes, he does. Just Design picks up 1 kill in a 2v1. And he's actually continuing to go aggressive onto this Jarvan.
yeah, with Ornn's recent buffs, they did buff a lot of his damage on the Brittle Break and his W. So pretty gnarly trade there. Unfortunately, Gnar wasn't mega anymore for that, and just really bad timing on the gank from
the 1v2 outplay from Death Design, just very, very fortunate for them that they are winning the top lane the way that they are. He has got a very slight CS lead, and it's demonstrated that they'll have to send multiple members to his lane if they want to pick up a kill on him. Lucian, though, invading onto this red buff, he's probably going to go ahead and pick up the Sejuani here, but no, actually goes down for free, just too aggressive, getting collapsed on by 4 members. Tarek ulti to get out of the Jarvan Cataclysm there. Orianna ulti pulls Jarvan back in, though, forcing the flash.
Yeah, the majority of their damage and gold right now is on Lucian. Lucian just being really aggressive there, invading the jungle by himself. No jungle help, no bot lane help. Really, I think, overly aggressive there on his part.
Yeah. He had the knowledge that Sejuani was going to be in that part of the jungle, and I think he thought that he could just go in there, kill the Sedge, and then run away from Orianna. But CRG eSports, they did actually bring in their bottom lane as well, and it doesn't matter how big of a Lucian you are, 1v4, you're going to go down.
Very true, yeah.
Lucian ultimate coming out here, though, goes ahead, picks up another kill onto the killing Lash Mohican for another kill on Subaru Natsuki.
Yeah, and he knew that her flash was down from their last trade, and just full culling to the face.
Barrier only just now coming back up from Orianna as well, so I think, honestly, though, with the Ignite being down from Subaru during that exchange, I think that there's still a ton of kill pressure in that mid lane.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Looks like Ornn is rotated to the mid lane. Just going to be a bully and be annoying.
Just saying hello.
Alright, ping's coming out from CRG eSports. They spotted Jarvan in the jungle. Some trading going on in the top lane. Here comes the Ornn.
Does actually knock him up. Double flash from the top laners. Looks like Death Design does pick up his second kill of the game. Actually managing to take down Soul while he was in Mega Gnar. So very,
that
very
max health
interesting build
damage
coming out as well, because it looks like it's a Trinity Force rush from Ornn.
And super greedy buy on Ornn. I do not think that Ornn is a Trinity Force user. He's much better. Looks like we've got a pause. IDK, what's going on? But it sounds serious.
Yeah, there's a slight issue with one of CRG eSports players. They have to be AFK for a moment. Talking about the current state of the game, though, you can see there's a 67 CS lead in the middle lane, 2-1-0 for that Lucian. Very big. Looks like he'll be completing his Blade of the Ruined King quite soon.
Yeah, and worrisome that Death Design is going uh, full damage with a. Let me turn off this real quick. Going full damage on the orange, so that means that he's not going to be building tank until late. And with this Lucian scaling up so fast already, basically, let's see, he's got almost a 2,000 gold lead over Oriana with the CS differential and the kills. So it's going to be a pretty brutal stretch into the mid game, where Lucian's really going to be strongest in the mid game. And if Ornn hasn't built any sort of defensive items when he comes to the team fights, he's going to be just as squishy as everyone else.
Right. You'll also notice that Gnar is still going for that black cleaver. I think that if he had maybe assessed the situation a little bit better, took stock of the fact that the mid lane was so far ahead and that Death Design was going for a damage-oriented build on this Ornn, he might have chosen to go for a more defensive first item, potentially the Frozen Mallet. Or even if you wanted to go all the way defensive, then you could pick up an early armor item.
Yeah, I think with seeing that once he was building damage on Ornn, and you're behind, just start moving into more defensive items.
Alright, game is unpaused. Just to reiterate for everyone, this is Game 2 of Courage eSports versus All Stars, with Courage eSports on the blue side. All Stars is currently up 1 game in a best-of-3 series. We've got some trading happening in the mid lane right away. Oh, but the bottom lane going ham. Taric stun misses. Taric ultimate comes out to keep him alive. They're pursuing onto the Xayah and Rakan, but looks like they'll just get out there. No summoner spells expended, and only the Taric ultimate.
We do have Death Design down here in the bot side of the jungle, looking to rotate, maybe pressure for this Infernal Drake. But that does leave his top lane just to be pushed in. I think Gnar did see Ornn walk over that ward, so Soul's going to be pushing in this top wave, probably pressuring the top tower now.
Yeah, very interesting decision from Death Design here to kind of take a stroll around the map. Wasted a lot of time going around in his bot side jungle and then back up through the mid lane to the top. Does lose his tower for that.
That is first brick going over to solo Gnar. And what was a gold deficit with 2 kills is now a gold lead of 200. So really, really bad planning there on the side of Death Design. Walking around the map really, really cost him a lot there. Gnar has finished that Black Cleaver and will now be able to match Ornn's damage.
Is Sejuani in the game?
No. Went AFK. Let me turn the chat back on and see what they...
No, actually, Noah Pinkman has stated that it will be a 4v5 for the rest of the series.
Yep. Looks like Sejuani had some real-life issues going on, and unfortunately will be out for the rest of the game. So, if it wasn't already looking grim for them, it's looking pretty grim for Courage eSports now.
Yeah, I mean, props to them for playing it out. It is post 15. They could have thrown in that FF, but they are, they want to get some time playing on the official stage, I guess, or well, not stage, but
our big stage here.
Yeah. Live audience and all that. We got it. We're quiet about it.
NA production.
Interesting tower dive going here. Uses the Taric ultimate. The Gnar straight into the wall. Looks like it's gonna be 2 kills going on. well, one for the Xayah, one for the Gnar. Flash from Xayah there for no reason. Muse of Greece had already picked up that kill on the Caitlyn. Lucian, oh, and there is the FF.
Alrighty, well, that was a quick series. Unfortunately, somebody did have a real life issue come up and had to forfeit that game.
Team All-Stars, though, showing that they are a team to contend with. They have a very talented mid lane. He accrued huge leads in both of those games, and I think that they played around the map. Specifically, Muse of Greece was very active in both games, and I think that other teams that are watching these games and trying to prepare how to play against either All-Stars or CRG eSports, they're going to see a lot of things that they can maybe focus on. I think that versus CRG eSports specifically, they don't have a lot of winning lanes. They sort of have depth design, and then the rest of their lanes just play passively. And, of course, Cage is not their starting jungle, but CRG eSports did not look very well unified as a team in this game. I think that there might be some issues in communication. Just falling to a better organized team, Team All-Stars.
Yeah, definitely. I think I appreciate the adaptation from Death's Design in the second game there. And taking the teleport instead of the ignite.
Yeah. I think that the bottom lane duos on both teams actually just played mostly passive in both games, but I think that CRG eSports maybe doesn't place enough priority on their bottom lane in the draft because they've gotten they've had to face versus very strong laning duos in the bottom lane both games. They tried something cute with the Lucian Braum. I think that is a strong laning duo, but they just didn't build up enough of a lead for it to be worth the lack of a strong team fighting AD carry in the late game.
Definitely. All right, I'm going to pull in some of the members from All Stars first. Let me see here.
No, never mind.
Alright.
There we go.
Yo.
How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Good, good.
Holy shit, let me turn you guys down. You're so loud. Alright. Well, congratulations on you guys' first win. Yeah, we'll bring Subaru in as well. What's his name?
Alright,
Subaru Natsuki.
just Subaru Natsuki.
He was the star of the game there.
There he is.
We'll bring him in here as well. So congratulations on you guys' first win with our season. I know that you guys came in late here, so you started off with an 0-1 record, but now you've moved that to a 1-1 record. So congratulations on that. I know that second game was kind of a forfeit, but
Yeah.
really great first game from you guys. I liked the double TP. Was that tell me about that? Was that sort of the plan? Were you guys wanting to really pressure the map with the double TP in that way, or just didn't have any other summoner spells you wanted to take?
For me, it's just like I always take teleport because I don't really believe in my solo laning. I'm not the greatest of solo laners, but when it comes to map and team play, that's where I kind of do pretty well. So I was like, I just take teleport and list it. And I don't like running ignite top. I just feel like you lose a lot if you don't take TP. Like I play a lot of split push champions like Camille and Fiora. Well, I used to play Fiora, but I kind of dropped off that. So TP is a pretty like go-to summoner for me.
For sure.
So that's for me.
Yeah, you guys use the TPs really well there in the mid game to really pressure the Baron. You guys trying to take a 20-minute Baron, which is super aggressive and interesting. Who made the Baron call?
Subaru.
Yeah, Subaru. Subaru's the main shot caller for our team.
Yeah, great.
Making a lot of really good calls there. Got us through that first game.
For sure. I was gonna say, were you for you Muse? You were playing Cho'Gath that first game. Really great gank top. You forced the flash and then ended up coming back around and dying to the ignite. Did you just forget that he had ignite at that point?
No, that was actually my bad. I was going to call. I was gonna try and call Saul, so because I thought we'd be able to kill him.
Yeah.
But
it was
I ended up
like-
not calling it, so I ended up just dying there, hitting him really low.
Just like miscommunication. I wasn't paying attention that well. It was like the first game, so I was just like, oh shit, he died. Oh no. And he's like low health. He's like, wait, I should have been there. So that was like a slight misplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also wanted to commend Subaru there on his. I'm not sure if it was you or Muse that placed the ward at Sejuani's red.
That was super.
That was no, I didn't place that.
Oh yeah, I put the word there, but then
I placed the one at the red in the first game. Subaru told me to do that. Most
Yeah.
of the placements were his call.
And then, yeah, once you saw that Sejuani was doing the red, you just went over there, instantly picked up a red buff for yourself, and got out. So, really great first rotations there, and that really just, from there on out, just snowballed the game out of control. So,
Yeah.
really great first game. We won't really say much about the second game. Not much to talk about there. But congratulations.
Just unfortunate.
Yeah,
I
unfortunate that he had to
talked
go.
to Muse before the game, and you said that you were pretty confident going into this match. Do you think that? I mean, obviously, you had a quick 2-0 victory, so your confidence was not unfounded. Who are you playing next week, and do you have anything you'd like to say to them?
We're playing Gucci Gang next week.
Rip.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one.
It's gonna say we know Gucci Gang. Like
Yeah, we're best buds, so it's going to be a fun throwdown.
best friends as well. I mean, we technically scrimmed them by playing troll custom games, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be interesting. Unfortunate, their team surrendered against them this week.
Yeah,
so
that one's sad.
it'll
Yeah.
be
We'll just know to ban out Sicko's Jarvan, and I think we'll be good.
ban out the fully lethality Jarvan. You guys should be good next week. Well, we look forward to seeing you guys play next week. Congratulations on your win today, and see you guys next week.
Yeah, see ya.
See you.
Thanks for having you guys.
Thanks for having us, dude.
We're pulling in Death Design and Joe. Which Death Design is no longer here, but I'll pull in Joe. Hey Joe, how's it going? Are you AFK? He's AFK.
Let me message Death and see if he wants to come in and interview.
Yeah, Noah said that Death was going to, but is Joe here now? Joe here ruffling? What's up,
I'm here.
Joe?
How's it going, fellas?
I don't know where Death is.
Death had to feed his daughter.
Oh, well, if he comes back before we finish up this, maybe we'll pull him in here.
Sure.
Anyway, so yeah, pretty rough games there. Unfortunately, you guys had a real life issue and had to surrender that second game. But the first game was pretty fairly
Brutal.
close there. Well, it was fairly close there in the beginning, and then just sort of snowballed out of control.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so you're the AD carry on the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell us about the second game here. Why opt into the relic shield start on Caitlyn instead of like something more aggressive to really bully out the Xayah?
That's a good question. We don't really practice too much with Kate. I think just with the big Worlds craze of people using her the last couple nights, we figured it might be decent in our comp.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of experience on her. I don't play her too frequently, so I just opted into the Relic Shield start thinking we had an Ardent support that would work out. In hindsight, I definitely think Doran's Blade would have been a lot better because I was trying to get autos in when I could, but they didn't really feel like they were making much of an impact.
Yeah, unfortunately, the relic shield's not really helping you much there.
Nope.
But yeah, there is the world's hype craze going on right now, and Caitlyn has been buffed since then, so I do think she is a strong pick. We were just curious as to why the relic shield started, but understandable if you're not really comfortable on it. Going for a safe lane is always better than nothing. All right, let me move Death in here.
So, Joe, I understand that you were playing with a substitute jungle. Of course, he did end up having to leave in Game 2. How does playing with a jungler that's maybe less accustomed to the team impact your overall strategy as a team?
That's a good question. having a less experienced jungler, I think, can cause a lot of problems if the game isn't going in the team's favor early, only because we weren't really able to apply pressure to lanes very well. We were playing very reactively constantly to the movements of their other team's mid laner and their jungler. Honestly, I think we need to get him. We need him to play with us more. I mean, consistency has been a big problem with our comp. Playing with the same 5 people has been pretty rough, just because of scheduling conflicts. But yeah, we really need jungle pressure so big. I mean, I think the jungler really dictates the early game, and if we don't have the jungler dictating the early game, we can just get face rolled, kind of like we did. We're starting to that second game.
Yeah, I can definitely agree to that. And consistency is definitely going to be the biggest key across all the teams that are wanting to push into, playing into, especially like the pro teams that want to push into Onyx League. A lot of the Onyx teams have been playing together for a long time, so that consistency is really going to make or break, winning and losing games really across all the teams. So, yeah, definitely important there.
Death's Design, you had one play in game 2 that 1v2 outplay on the Ornn versus Gnar and Jarvan. What was going through your mind at that point in the game?
Oh, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill these guys. They fucked up trying to gank me. Like, I'm level 6 and I have Jhined already. And Drake 4 made the mistake of coming in the lane with no tank items, half health, a little bit less certain half health. So I knew that they couldn't really commit to anything like extremely hard, especially with how tanky I was. And they didn't really get their CC and stick on me like they needed it to. Like, what they needed to do was kite me, and since they didn't kite me, I was just able to kind of burst people down.
Yeah, unfortunate that he missed the flag and drag there. So once that CC's blown, they didn't have much left to offer that, so couldn't lock you down. It was a really great 2v1. I was going to say, we said earlier that we really liked the change from Ignite to Teleport in the second game, especially with Ornn being more team fight oriented. What was your choice in taking Teleport in that second game?
Oh, well, the team I'm captain of, depending on what team comp we're going for, dictates what some of their spells. Like, it depends on what we're trying to go for. Like, if I'm going for, like, let me hurry up and get fed, and then, like, I'll just steamroll everybody, then I'll take my Ignite usually. Like, because I'm pretty confident in my 1v2 and 1v3 capabilities in most games.
Mm-hmm.
On Ornn, I know I can beat them regardless, so I don't really need the Ignite. So I like the TP to come in and just kind of clean up people.
Yeah.
And it's really disruptive with Ornn's ult because it's just such a massive CC thing that really hurts people. Applying Brittle to 2 or 3 people is like ridiculous, especially when you have like a Sejuani or people who can follow up to consume that Brittle, which elongates the CC you have on that person.
Right.
That can be game changing. So I like to take the TP on Lord. And other people, I just prefer to take Ignite and just kind of steamroll my lane.
Well, yeah, definitely was some great games out of both of you. Unfortunately, that we couldn't finish that second game, but you guys are playing Dream Team next week. What are you guys looking forward to for that match?
I don't care what happens as long as I beat Horizon, because like he's a really bad top laner, and he never talks to the team. And I was on Dream Team before, and they're nice guys and cool people. And Horizon was on our team before, and he would just kind of tilt and just be completely quiet. So I'm gonna make sure I just kind of spank his booty a little bit. That way he knows what's up.
All right, we heard it here first. Spanking the booty. All right, well, GG, you guys, and good luck in your games next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
See ya. All right, well, that's it for us. There are, I think, 4 more games this evening as well. So it'll be pretty hopping on both of our channels here on Phoenix Leagues and Phoenix Leagues 2.
There are actually 5 more games today.
Oh yeah, we do have a week
6 o'clock. Both channels, this channel as well as Phoenix Leagues 2, will be broadcasting with Team MVP versus Team Alpha the Omega on Stream 1, and Team Roar versus Team Tingo Skra on Stream 2. Stream 1 will probably keep running all the way up until the end of the night with Team Bamboozle versus Team Astora happening at 7:30 and Team Portland versus Team 905 eSports at 10. Stream 2 will probably be the stream picking up Team 8-Bit versus Team Cloud Genesis at 8:30.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty busy day today, so you guys be sure to check out All Chat and tune into the other games later here tonight. And we will see you guys later on.